Hi guys. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who took the survey and let me know what their questions about the vintage and antique business are. I had a lot of responses on that survey. In fact, so many. I downloaded all the questions and then organized them by category, and I have 3 pages of questions, enough to keep me busy for a few weeks, I think. There are so many categories. Today, I'm going to be talking about seasons, about how to approach seasons in your business. But there are also questions about trends and pricing, about Etsy and rent and marketing and how to get started, and then a whole bunch of miscellaneous questions. So thank you all for taking the time to fill out that survey. It really means a lot. And it is still live. You can still head on over there. Let me know what your questions are, and I will do my very best to try and answer them here in the Facebook group. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about seasons and how to and whether you should prepare for seasons in your business. So most of the questions related to antique booths, but it is a question that should be asked related to online businesses as well. But let's start with antique booths. So the question is, should you prepare for seasons and holidays in your antique booth? And I say absolutely yes. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One of them is that when you decorate for seasons and holidays or put out merchandise, it enlivens your booth. It makes your booth more attractive. And you want that, right? You want to attract more customers into your booth. And I think when you celebrate holidays and seasons, that does it for you. But of course, the bottom line for all of us is, will it make us more money? Will we sell more merchandise? And if you are attracting more people, yes, you're going to sell more merchandise. But I also think that people are looking for and buying holiday and seasonal items before that holiday, before that season hits. So a number of questions were related to when should you start doing that? When should you start to decorate your booth and bring up merchandise that relates to a season or a holiday that's coming up? My general rule is about a month. Other people might say a month and a half or 2 months, or some people might say don't bother until 2 weeks before. But generally what I have found that works for me is to bring those things in about a month before the holiday. One of the hardest things I find is remembering to do that. For example, I usually find myself thinking about Valentine's Day on February 1st instead of January 14th, which would be the ideal time to remember and to bring that merchandise up. So one thing that I did for you guys and for myself, I made a free printable that I linked to in the comments below that can serve as a reminder for you of when it is that you want to bring up certain merchandise. So I obviously set it up by month. And so for example, in January, I reminded myself and you that Valentine's Day is coming up, and that starting in January at some point, whether it's the beginning of January, the middle of January, you want to start bringing up your Valentine's Day merchandise and decorations. And so I provided a couple of suggestions for different types of items that you might want to be buying throughout the year in preparation for Valentine's Day. And then I have a little section, I call it accessories. So this would be maybe some decorative items related to the holiday. So if it's Christmas, you might want to buy some garland, some pine garland, or pine cones to have as little decorative elements in your booth. I also, if I have a project, a vintage style project on my blog that relates to that holiday, then I gave you a link to it, okay? So do not forget to go and download this free printable. I gave you a link in Google Documents, but it will also be in my member library. So if you're a subscriber to the blog, then you will always have access to this little handy helper, okay? So the questions related to seasonality, the answer is yes, decorate for the season and the holiday. Yes, bring up seasonal and holiday merchandise, and do it about a month before that's about to happen, okay? About a month or so before. But the bottom line is this is your business, and your business is unique to you and to the area where your antique booth is located. So you may have to do a little bit of testing, right? So in 1 year, bring the merchandise up a month before, like I suggested, and see how it goes. Take some notes on it. The next year, bring it up 2 months before the holiday, or maybe 2 weeks before the holiday, and see how that goes for you, and compare the years. How did it do in year 1 as compared to year 2, right? Test, test, test. That's kind of a basic rule that I have in this business, in every aspect of the business. Look for suggestions and guidance online from me, from my blog, but then you have to tailor it and make it work for your business, right? So the second part of the seasonality question is, how does that apply to online businesses? Should you be hoarding all of your Christmas items for the month or two before Christmas, or hoarding all of your Easter items for a month or two before Easter? Generally, online, I have found, and I have heard from other sellers, that most seasonal and holiday items will sell year round, okay? So if you missed the Christmas rush, then don't hesitate to try and sell those Christmas items later in the year. I wouldn't recommend January, February, because people are coming down off their Christmas high. But later on, March, April, list some of those Christmas items and see how they do. That said, I do think that you will sell many holiday and seasonal items a little bit faster, and probably for a little bit higher prices when it's closer to the holiday, when you're approaching the holiday. So you, like I said with the antique booth, you're going to need to test that out and see how it goes for you. There may be way too many putz houses available in the month before Christmas, and that could lower the prices. Or it could be they are such a hot item and they are selling so fast that you will actually get a slightly higher price. So you're going to have to test that. But that's been my general experience, is that you can sell all year your holiday and seasonal items, but putting them online a month or a month and a half before the holiday or season might actually benefit you a little bit more. So I hope that's answered your questions about seasonality. If you have any other questions right now while I'm here, go ahead and put them in the comments. Say hi if you want to. You can add questions even after I end the video, and I will do my best to answer them. So 2 reminders: if you haven't filled out the survey where you get the chance to ask any questions at all that you want about vintage and antiques, please go fill out that survey. I want to hear your questions and I want to answer them if I can. Okay, so that's reminder 1, fill out the survey. Reminder 2 is click on the link in the comments below and print out your free seasonal reminder, okay? And then let me know what you think of it. Let me know if it helps you get ready for the seasons. Okay? Great talking to you today. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and as always, happy hunting.